to this episode of Babbling Beauty. I'm Chris.
And I'm Michelle.
And today is all about Quo. But the fun thing about our podcasts is that they're actually also on Instagram Live as well. So we're going to be taking your questions on Instagram Live. But for those of you joining us in your car, you get to hear the soothing sounds of my voice.
I might need to take my glasses off. I see like a weird little shadow going on there. So that actually is a little better.
All right, so for those of you just joining us, guys, you know that we always in our podcast have three portions, right? The first one are things that we love that we're seeing on the internet, things that we hate that we're seeing on the internet, our suggestions for you at home, and then we talk about a product we offer in the office.
Yeah, this is kind of exciting. So
it's all Quo.
I love information for you guys.
What's Quo?
Quo actually dissolves cellulite. So that's the most simple way for me to say it on your buttock.
And now we have some super exciting news, guys. We were officially the first office on the East Coast trained to do Quo for your thighs.
So we've had it for a while, but with summer it's a little complicated because Quo does create bruising.
Girl, when I say bruising, I mean your booty is like, I was the word bruise.
Yeah.
Bruised.
But we're talking dark bruising. We're not talking like a faint bruise. I drank too much and bumped my arm on the chair bruise.
I fell off down the stairs at Secrets in Ocean City, Maryland.
Yeah.
But the good news is that Quo is permanent. So once you go through your 3 treatments, you're good to go. Before we get into Quo, we gotta back up. Let's talk about cellulite as a whole.
So no matter what your weight is, and no matter what your height is,
and the color of your skin, and your activity level,
none of that matters. You can be one of the fittest people out there and still have some cellulite.
Cellulite is marked as dimpling, but we have to be very specific. There's a difference between cellulite and what?
And laxity. So one thing we do is we do a test, couple different positions, couple different visuals to see if it's a true cellulite dimple or is it laxity to the skin.
And you can actually do this test at home with a friend. So take off your pants.
Or your husband, friend.
And stand in front of the person and get a video camera going. And then lift your buttock up with skin level with like your thumb. And if the cellulite disappears, that's laxity. But if you can lift your thumb up and the skin and the cellulite stays,
and that dimple's still there.
That is cellulite. So that's what we're treating.
And cellulite comes in kind of 2 different visuals. It could be a round circle that really looks like a dimple, or it could be elongated, and we can still treat those, but you might have a multi-injection point.
Now let's talk about, our favorite thing, are what people are doing at home that's driving us nuts, thinking that they're curing their cellulite. You ready for this one?
I am.
They're using rollers, like dermal rollers, on their cellulite. Do you think that's going to work? Because everything you know, science-wise.
Science-wise, no, but temporarily it will give you an illusion because you're creating frictional rub and swelling to the tissue, so it'll look like it feels like it pops out. But long-term, unfortunately, it just doesn't change it. Because
cellulite's caused actually by, I'm going to use the term, a rubber band. So if this is your skin, this is your butt, and this is the cellulite rubber band. The rubber band is tight. It's pulling that in, which creates that dimple, right? So the Quo dissolves the band, and your skin then becomes popped out.
Yeah, correct. So
those rollers aren't going to dissolve those bands,
though. It is very science-based how this works. Just so you guys know, we're going to go into more with the science, but it is 3 treatments.
21 days apart.
Yep, or 3 weeks for those who don't like math.
And the price breakdown right now is $987. So $900, $800, and then $700.
And you can pay per visit. So I always tell people, since they're 3 weeks apart, by 13 weeks, you're at your full results.
And you look great. You must have done a glycolic peel yesterday.
Oh, I actually did do a peel. Yeah.
So, guys, this is your time. We're going to go through 2 other things, but now's the time to ask questions. So if you do have...
And I know this is a podcast, but I also am going to do a little shout out, even though it's going to repeat play, but I wanted to say happy anniversary to my husband, Joe, 35 years. Okay, keep going.
Okay. So we talked about the derma rollers people are using at home. The other thing people are trying to use are heat wands. So I've seen this on TikTok. You take like a one-sided hair straightener heat wand. It's actually causing burns on people.
Yeah, there are some things that, can enhance this procedure. I know it sounds hokey pokey, but some companies do make skin tightening and toning topical creams that may have caffeine and things in them. So there's things I'm not saying are poo-poo, but they never will work on their own.
I'm saying they're poo-poo.
They just don't work on their own.
So things that you can do at home for cellulite, I don't have many. You can do a million squats at the gym to make your butt look more round, but if you still have cellulite, those rubber bands are still gonna be tight.
Just out of curiosity, for those that are watching right now, if you can raise your hand and say that cellulite affects you. I know it's a personal thing. If you don't want to share, it's fine, but it affects me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a guy and it affects guys as well.
Yeah.
Proportionally, according to the Quo website, it's 20% of men experience cellulite and 77% of women experience cellulite.
I think at the end, what we should do is give away one treatment at Quo. You still need 3, but I think we should do one of the 3 for no charge.
I can't do that on the podcast or today because that is tomorrow's giveaway.
Oh.
So you can definitely tune in. The date will be August 17th, 2021. If you're listening to this podcast, you can tune in then to win a treatment. One of your 3.
So for those of you that are watching live now, you have a little bit inside information.
Yeah, let's talk more about Quo.
Okay.
So pain level, we had Aaliyah was our first Quo patient, and that was of course 3 months ago now. And she said it was about a 4 out of 10, a little tingly, a little burny,
a little sore to sit on,
but very short-lived.
Yeah,
very short-lived. So that's what it feels like. The treatment itself is about 10 minutes.
Yeah,
I mean,
so the first
yeah.
treatment's 45 minutes. I tell people just because we need the proper lighting and we do need to do marking and stuff like that. The actual hands-on portion of it, once we do all the leg work or the butt work.
You're proud of that one,
I'm so funny. No, I'm just kidding. Once we do all the work for everything, I always tell people that the actual injection part is really minutes. It's really simple. To give you an idea, if this is your butt surface, we go in at a 90-degree angle and we actually multi-directional inject 45-degree angles all within the cellulite dimple, and that breaks up that tissue that we were talking about. So
right, so that's the first start, and then we say we're gonna lay you flat for 5 minutes. You're gonna chill out while that Quo makes its magic. You won't bruise right away, but the next day you'll text us, "Oh my God, I bruised." And this normal.
Yeah, this is normal. And this is not something where ice is really going to help. It just has to do its magic by, working and breaking up that band.
And then, so after that treatment, you come back in 21 days. The bruising does decrease every visit. So after treatment 1, your bruising is a little less at treatment 2, a little less at treatment 3, and then I think we don't think we mentioned this yet. It's permanent. So once we get rid of that cellulite, it's gone.
Once that particular cellulite's gone, it's gone. So the question that I do get asked often is, a treatment of Quo going to treat your whole buttock area? So I tell people it depends how much cellulite you have. With the vial of Quo, the way that it comes with a dilute, and we actually mix it to activate it. We mark the areas that we can do and the amount of cellulite dimples that it can handle. And again, it depends if they're circular or if they're long ones, but we'll show you the areas we're treating. I actually just got a message today from a client, and she said that she already sees change after her first, so she's super excited for her second one that's coming up next week.
Yeah, and you're free to move about the cabin in our terms, that you can go back to your life, do whatever you want after your treatment. You can go back to working out. You could wear a bathing suit if you want. There's no downtime. You could,
but I will tell you, if you're a Brazilian bottom, string bikini girl, a lot of booty cheek, that's why this is great to do come September.
Which is why we're kicking it off for the fall. So we're going to give away that treatment tomorrow. Now, we always end our podcasts with one of those stories we've heard around the world. So this one came to us from Southern Florida, as all of our good stories do. There was a med spa, I don't know if you know this, I don't tell you the story yet, that was serving up cellulite treatments, and you would book it online, have no idea what it was going, but women are desperate, you were to their cellulite. And this woman was taking rolling pins, standard wooden rolling pins, and just rolling them over the cellulite, claiming it was working. So there are a lot of frauds out there.
Yeah, just be careful what you purchase on the internet. Remember, there are no regulations for what gets sold on internet. So there are some things that are home treatments that can work, but do your homework first.
Yeah, most definitely. All right, guys, for this episode of Babbling Beauty, I'm Chris.
And I'm Michelle.
And if you are listening to this on the 16th, join us on Facebook or Instagram to find that Quo giveaway. For those of you watching on Instagram Live, y'all see you soon.
See you on the 17th.
Is it tomorrow?
Tomorrow. Giveaway.